to day 12.
Good morning.
Morning. Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
We're just going to do the news today.
Now,
Eyewitness Sexy Action School News.
So, the United Nations denounces Russia and their annexation of Ukrainian territories. Well, no crap. Of course they did.
General Assembly on Wednesday, however, had a vote on a resolution condemning Russia's annexations in Ukraine. 143 nations were in favor and 5 were against. 35 abstained, including China, India, South Africa and Pakistan.
I mean, who didn't see that coming? Shooting injures 3 at Kennywood Amusement Park in Pennsylvania.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Brianna Smith. This all unfolded just before 11 last night during the first weekend of Kennywood's Fall Phantom Fest. The park is now closed for the week and the shooter is still on the loose. As we speak, details are still coming in from police. Bryant Reed joins us live from Kennywood with what we know right now. Bryant.
Brandon, 2 people have been shot in the leg, another person grazed by a bullet. Allegheny County Police telling us that all of this started because of an altercation between 2 groups. Now, as you mentioned, Saturday night was Kennywood's Fall Phantom Fest, and police say the shooting happened right before the park was about to close. They say 2 teenage groups got into an altercation that led to somebody pulling out a gun and firing at least 2 shots. One bullet hit a juvenile in the thigh, the other hit an adult male in the leg, and another juvenile was grazed, but everybody is expected to be okay. As a matter of fact, we found out not long ago that those juveniles were both 15 years old. Police say they did find a handgun near the scene, and they've been talking to witnesses and will be using park cameras to try and find the suspect. Meanwhile, people who were at the park during the shooting say it was a chaotic scene. Some people were trampled as they were trying to escape and get to safety. Meanwhile, police say that the suspect is described as being a teenage black male who was wearing a black hoodie and a COVID-style mask. And they're asking that if anybody has information, then don't hesitate to call their tip line. That's 1-833-ALL-TIPS. That's the Allegheny County Police tip line. Reporting in West Mifflin, I'm Brian Reed, KDKA News.
That was on September 24th. That's unfortunate. Thoughts and prayers, of course. Numismatic exhibition Coins of the World opens in Simferopol, Crimea.
Do me a favor, keep that kind of shit to yourself.
So, in Crimea, they have an exhibit about coins of the world.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
I forgive you.
Huzzah. Ukrainian forces continue to push back the Russians. Also, huzzah. And this is all according to Vladimir Zelensky.
Ukraine's army is pushing farther into Russian-controlled areas and recapturing more territory. Charlie D'Agata reports from one area where Ukrainian troops are on the march and the Russian army is falling back.
This morning, we crossed over into the Donbass region in eastern Ukraine. As far as President Putin is concerned, we're now walking on Russian soil, but you can see the Ukrainian flag flying behind me. There's a heavy Ukrainian military presence here. On the way here, a couple of Ukrainian fighter jets flew overhead. Now, this town is full of residents. It's a fully functioning town. It's on the way to Lyman. That is the strategic town in the east that the Ukrainian forces liberated a few days ago. We understand they're making even more advances in that region. Russian troops on the retreat. Not just there, but south of here, in Kherson, Ukrainian forces are pushing back Russians there too. So Russians have been losing territory ever since President Putin's announcement. What makes it concerning is when President Putin annexed these areas, he said that he would use everything at his disposal to defend what he called now Russian territory. He hinted at the use of nuclear weapons. Now today, it's the turn for the Russian parliament, the Duma, to ratify that annexation. Of course, it's expected to sail through. For CBS Mornings, Charlie D'Agata, Prokofsk, Ukraine.
Yeah. So good for him, good for them. I don't think we should be sending them more money, but, you know, I'm glad they're doing well. It's good. It's good. Polyurethane plastic substitute can biodegrade in seawater, say scientists. All right, so it sounds exciting, right? So on Thursday, September 22nd, scientists at the University of California, San Diego, reported to the Journal of Science for the Total Environment that a type of polyurethane already used in biodegradable land-based products can also break down when immersed in seawater. And the reason this is cool is because the little microorganisms, they eat the plastic and they can use it for energy and yada yada yada. But it's not the salt water that degrades it, it's the microorganisms that are just found in seawater in general. So that's pretty cool. They can use it in like shoes. Yeah. And that kind of plastics. You know, because there's all kinds of different plastics. The plastics that they're talking about here are the kinds that they use in shoes and such. Stuff like that. I just thought that was pretty cool. Because there's a lot of plastic in the ocean. No, most of it's not ours. Most of it's China's and India's. I mean, you know, that's cool. Fun. Yeah.